board meeting Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next up, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we adopt the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Second by Mrs. Counts. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes 4-0.
Thank you.
There were no public comments this morning. First up, action item 5.1, approve the 2023 through 2025 master teacher contract. Dr. Arkanon.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. This morning, I'm recommending that the board approve the 23-25 teacher contract. And Dr. Troll will provide you some additional information.
And much of this information was provided at the hearing last Thursday. I will just hit the high notes of the agreement. It's a 2-year agreement, as mentioned. It does change our compensation model to honor 4 different areas: evaluation, experience, possession of new education, and then demonstrating instructional leadership. In the first year, the money will be paid out to the teachers in a flat amount manner. In the second year, it'll be a percentage manner, and that allows us to balance how that money is distributed across all of the teachers. The lowest increase will be at $2,352, and the highest increase will be at $3,024, and that's for a returning full-time teacher, both of those. The new starting base will be $47,500, and the new top will be $91,887. Relating this to prior agreements, this would be the equivalent of a 4.83% increase. It does include a provision for teacher retention catch-up to honor teachers who have been with Center Grove for 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25 years. There'll be breaks in which their salary is caught up to where we might place a new hire. That will take place in both years of the agreement. The ECA schedule will increase by 3%, and there are some minor changes to the premiums for health insurance just to keep up with our reserve level. I think those are the high notes. All the other details are shared and have been published now for about 6 days on the website. And I'll return back to you. That's all I have. Entertain any questions you may have.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Questions for Dr. Taylor? Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the 2023 through 2025 master teacher contract.
Thank you, Mrs. Counts. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes 4-0. Next up, 5.2, approve raises for levels A, B, C, and some level D employees. Just want me to turn it over to Dr. Taylor.
Thank you. And so this is something we usually try to bring after we've settled a teacher contract. We're recommending that the base salary increase in salary and wages increase for level A administrators, and that increase be consistent with the teacher's flat amount that was approved just a moment ago, with teachers earning all education points in the new compensation model. The flat amount will be adjusted on a daily rate basis to account for the contractual days consistent with the extended contracts of teachers and administrators. Coaches' salaries who are outside of the bargaining unit will also receive an increase consistent with the teacher's new compensation model. We're also recommending today recommending base salary and wages increases for level B, C, and some level D employees, and that should be at an amount of 3%. This will include all permanent support staff, and that's why we say the some level D. Level D has a lot of temporary staff that we just adjust the wages, but there are a few people in there that do work on a routine schedule for us, and so that's the some part of this. This all will be retroactively paid back to the first day working after July 1st, 2023. They've been built into the 2024 budget, and we are working already in payroll and HR to pay this on December 5th. I believe that's all.
Sorry. Any questions on that for Dr. Taylor? 5.3, approve payment of benefits and compensation. Back to Taylor.
Thank you. Ms. Shealy's going to pull up some of the changes in this document. This is also something we bring after we've reached an agreement on the contract. This is the document that basically mirrors the contract language for all other employee groups. Some of the key changes this year, obviously, we just discussed the salary changes, so you'll see that repeated throughout this document. Also, the insurance premium changes, which don't just apply to our teachers, but also to the other employee groups that are members of the health plan. Again, the increase this year was 1.78 by the corporation and 0.44 for the employees. And as I mentioned last time, that's about a $3 per pay increase at the max per pay for an employee. Just corrected some retirement severance language for level A to match what was in B and C. Also added President's Day as a holiday this year for the individuals who worked the full year's contract. Added the Roth 403B, which is consistent with the teacher's contract. Added some language about compensation for trade days for individuals who end up working more than their contract length. Again, revised those salaries that we talked about. Wanted to codify some language that the board had approved prior that was some incentive language to match our current practices. And this is for custodial employees to match what we've been doing in transportation, sign-on and referral bonuses. We also have that in food service. And then finally, we always update the certificate list for technology, and also wanted to update some language on essential positions in level C. So quite a few changes. We've been working on this and just kind of sitting on a lot of these for a while. But now that the contract is official, we always like to bring this back. We will bring handbooks at next week's meeting. And so those are the three big documents we update annually. I believe that's all I have to share.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Any questions for Dr. Taylor? Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve statement of benefits and compensation.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Do I have a second?
Second. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mrs. Counts. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. 5.4, approve superintendent 403B contribution changes. Dr. Taylor.
Yes, thank you. You'll see an attached memo there, and while I do like to work a board meeting ahead, I was one too fast on this one. So this will actually be effective as of November 21st today. I'll correct the date on the memo. But the content doesn't change, and your action today will be more than appropriate.
I caught that and figured it had something to do with
Yeah.
the timing.
So the superintendent's contract contains language in any contract year, the board may, in its sole discretion, increase the contribution of the superintendent's 403B plan, provided by such increase does not exceed $2,500 in any single contract year, and the total annual contribution does not exceed the maximum contribution limits permitted by law. The current permission by law, the max is $66,000 for 2023, and the prior contribution was $27,500 in 2021-22 school year. Since this amount's to be paid at the end of the contract year, this is an appropriate time in which to provide an increase for the 22-23 school year, which would be paid retroactively. It's recommended that the board increase the contribution to $30,000 for the 22-23 contract year. Sorry, trying to read a little too fast there for you. Apologies.
Any questions for Dr. Taylor? Any comments? Well, I think, one thing to note is that Dr. Arkanoff has requested that the board increase his 403B contribution in lieu of a salary increase this year. The board's obviously granting that request. Dr. Arkanoff's evaluation was effective, and we had a great conversation around the rubric for the superintendent's evaluation process. And
executive session starts at 4 p.m. and our regular board meeting begins at 7. Immediately following the conclusion of the board meeting, we will hold the Good for the Growth public work session, and then